Hey guys, Azure Torisuna here, bringing you some Evolve gameplay. Ran across these guys. These are my normal team of hunters that I play with a lot. I'm going to bring you some evac play with me as the monster, actually. So, bear in mind, I'm not the best monster. I do a lot better as Trapper, but I'm going to hopefully help some of you guys out with some tips and tricks as various monsters and my recommendations during what game types to pick which monster. So, without further ado, this will be what's called Day 1 segment. I'll probably be using Goliath. Yes, I will be using Goliath for this Day 1 segment. I will just give basic tips and tricks. These are mainly for beginners. If you're looking for super, uber, advanced tactics, like anything that you might not have heard elsewhere, or anybody else in their live stream, this might not be the place for you. I do give some good advice, I think, here. This will help out beginning players or players wanting to try to be better with the monster. But I'll start out here with Goliath, and looks like we're on Distillery. Day 1 will always be hunt and evac, so this is where you're going to gauge your hunters, actually, to see how well-rounded they are, how they're going to perform. You want to be kind of tricky here, though. I usually like to use Wraith or Goliath when it's hunt. But if for sakes of this, most people won't have Wraith unlocked right away, so I'm going to just go ahead and do Goliath right off the bat. As you can tell, I haven't played Goliath too much. Just cycle through here. Kraken's pretty decent. I enjoy Kraken, but I don't like him much for hunt. I'm not too great on the meta game, as you'd call it, for the Kraken. Let's see here. Wraith, on the other hand, a lot of people say Wraith's OP. Me and my team of hunters have no problem taking down Wraiths, even really skilled ones. It just determines, exactly how how coordinated you guys are, and Markov and his mines are golden. But anyway, back to Goliath. We're going to go ahead and go in with Goliath. I like to start out with 1 point in Rock Throw, Leap Smash, and Charge. Then, there's no doubt about it, feeding speed, always. You can do, sniff range or smell range, but I wouldn't recommend it. I like to, feed as fast as possible to get out of there. So it looks like we got a Griffin, Markov, and a Val, so that means Hank's going to be the bot. Hank's actually pretty decent as a bot, but he instantly loves to, bomb at first sight, do his orbital drop. But he's real great on the shields. Bot's OP on shields. So it looks like we're getting a fight over Stank. Or Stink. Matters if you're, country or anything. Not that I'm stereotyping or being racist or anything. So this is kind of key for me, because I do believe I get more aggressive wildlife if I beat this. So this might go help me on nest or rescue on the next one. Just matters. So right off the bat, you're going to want to try and misguide the trapper, or at least the hunters. A good trapper will lead the team. I'm going to try and attempt that here. I'm going to climb up here and act like I'm going to jump off that way, but I'm going to double back. However, you get roughly like a 10-second lead, so I made a mistake here. I doubled back too hard. So when I was going out here, this is like a chasm. They can look right down into it, like the ship positions them right into it. So I guess this is my undoing. It's all good, though. We can't focus much on feeding right now if you know that they're on you, because the sound of the ship just leaving. I hope that they didn't really spot me, but I got my... Yeah, see, if you smell, you can see them. So right now, we're not going to even really focus on feeding. We're going to focus on sneaking out of here. This is where I hope that the hunters aren't the best at... well, actually, it's not really the best. It's if I get lucky to get the escape. So we're going to grab a quick meal here. I believe this one's a 2 meat. So we're going to sneak attack it so we don't startle anything. Oh no, looks like that's a 3 meat. Okay. So we're going to get some distance here. But we're going to double back in here. I just want to, see if they're around here. I have a really expensive headset that I use for this game. If you can help yourself to one, headsets are your best friend in this game, especially if you're Trapper or if you're even playing the monster. You can hear things from a mile away. So I see them up here, and I'm going to try my best to get back up into that area because I heard them fighting something. Hopefully it was an elite that I can, get like a 4 or 5 meat off of. So let's see here. Ooh, yeah, they did leave me some good pickings right here. So we're gonna feast on these, get this all hunky-dory. We're gonna try and get all of our shields up. I see that they left a perk. Not everybody, took the perk. Let's see what it is. Ooh, armor regen. That'll help out if we get caught. So we're gonna go around here. Gonna use these caves to your greatest advantage. You always want to double back into these. Now with Griffin, you also have to be afraid with Griffin because he'll lay out a lot of sensor spikes, and a good Griffin will cut off the center of the map so they can tell which side that the monster's transitioning to. However, if you sneak, you will not be picked up by the sensor spike. However, the water back there made me walk and come out of sneak, so that probably gave away my position. We can't take any chances right now, so we're gonna just sneak around, see if we see the hunters around here. It's goal to keep the hunters on the other side of a cliff or wall face, because if they have line of sight with you, their dialogue will give out your position, and a good player will listen to the dialogue and then try to capitalize on that. So it's good to use smell a lot and try to keep a wall between the two of you. I'm gonna try and get the pounce here again, get this real quick meal. I hear the hunters in the background. An audio cue gave them away, so I smell and I'm like, oh gosh, they're right there. Maybe they didn't see me, but they hugged the the little pillar wall there, so I try to vominos and get out of there. You do not, at whatever cost, want to try and engage in stage 1. It's a big no-no, and the only time you'll engage in stage 1 is if you have no other choice and you need to make a fact to get the trapper down, because you do not want to stay for an engagement. You want to mainly run, wait it out. The only time with Goliath is stage 2 and up. Here I get kind of tripped up, kind of look retarded. I was just like, just fall. My goal right now, I'm just wanting to try and make it to stage 2 before I even think about engaging. But I think up here, a sensor spike will probably give me away because I start to walk. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and feast on this. Just random wildlife killing each other. Actually helps me out a lot with the monster. You want to capitalize on that. Yeah, right here is where I walk. I think a sensor spike gives me away. I don't see him, but that could all change. So we're gonna keep going here. We're gonna try and traverse on the outside of the map, but then the trapper actually gets right there. I was so lucky. But okay, so we're in the first engagement. We can evolve. However, my goal right here is I'm just going to try and cause some damage. I'm going to gauge them to see how they are. I'm just wanting to see their teamwork mainly right here, and hopefully I can escape. What I'm going to do is focus on just ranging them, going in and out, trying to stay out of those mines. Whatever you do, stay out of mines range. It can be insanely deadly. One mine does a whole bunch of damage, and it sneaks up on you too. And you don't even have to be in the red bubble. They'll blow up even though you're like a foot or two outside the red bubble. As seen like here, you can tell they just blow up, do all that damage to me. So we're just trying to engage, trying to get out of here. Our goal is to run, greatly run. As you can see, they already taken out more than half my health. Crazy. Griffin can also harpoon trap you, and it gets quite annoying because it also has a fast reload speed. So if he stays up on you, it can keep you in place, and it can put you in a bad situation, especially as Goliath, because you're a meleeer. Well, yeah, you're a brawler type. So you don't want to stay around when you don't need to or when you can't. You just want to put as much scenery and foliage between you and Griffin as possible, because anything will break that little tether. So you just got to keep out there. You do not want to stay and engage either. Right after you disengage from a fight, you will want to use any means possible. Do a leap smash, do a charge, leap out of there. Don't even worry about leaving tracks. Get some distance between you and the hunters, because you're always faster than them regardless. So you're going to make some distance, and then you're going to sneak. Choose a sneaky path. Be creative with it. Do not be predictable on the paths you choose. And I can't stress this enough. When you're looking for a place to evolve and you know they have a Hank, do it indoors, or do it with something with a cliff overface, because Hank can greatly punish you with an orbital drop. Normally I'd go up to the caves to evolve, but we'll say screw that this time, because I really don't want to do that, because that's where they might expect me to be. So I'm going to put some more into my leap smash and my charge. Get that up so I can take down a little bit more bigger wildlife. Now that we're in here, we regain some health, like a bar and a half. We got a little bit of shields. I heard them on my headset coming from, up there near where they spawn in at. So I'm just going to try and make my way out of here. The assault does really good job right here, laying out some mines. The medic sees me and tranks me, slows you down greatly. The more attacks you do, the more you wear off the trank actually. So keep that in mind. But the assault did really good job at laying mines here, but them not picking up these perks off these, dead monsters is actually coming into my favor. So we'll just keep going on. You want to choose a pattern to go along the outside of the map and work your way in, to try and throw them off. But don't be too predictable about it. The more you switch up your game and the more you switch up, your routes, the more you're going to keep them guessing. Now in a pub match, it could range. You could have a really, really good trapper, or you could have a really dumb trapper, and then everybody else is dragging the team down. There's a lot of things you could have go wrong in this. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to use these caves. Smell often. I cannot stress this. Smell often to see where prey is and to see where the hunters are. Because if they're too close, don't even worry about feeding or doing anything that's going to give away your position. Just run. That's all you have to do. So we're going to keep continuing up here. It looks like there was a lot of food up here, but it turns out to be Trapjaw pack. You do not want to mess with the Trapjaw pack. Just leave it be. You'll spend too much time trying to kill it. They defaultly have the same HP pool as a hunter, so it's best not to stick around. I do see that a sensor spike keeps catching me up here, so I make a mental note to, get rid of it on my next way up here. So I'm going to give away my position real quick. But I'm just going to get away here, because I know they're right behind me. So my goal is just mainly escape. I know I could do some damage staying in here. Ooh, there's that, the dome sound. When you hear the dome sound, just switching topics real quick. When you hear that dome sound, do not be afraid. You're not caught till you're caught. So you need to make it a point to, as soon as you hear them saying domes going up, or you hear the little katink sound, then you need to leap forward. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get out unless the trapper actually point blanks you with it, and you don't see him. So just keep that in mind. You're gonna want to sneak as much as possible, and you smell. Still, again, can't stress, you smell a lot. Just sneak to get rid of footprints. That's mainly your goal here, because they go off your footprints. You can leave footprints in a certain area, and then, they'll forever be off your trail if you snuck away from that area after leaving some really good footprints. However, I'm sneaking excessively here when I shouldn't be, but however, Griffins' sensor spikes will for sure pick me up, and I'm trying to, at least get as close to stage 3 as possible, because once we're at stage 3, it's going to be insanely hard to beat us, because let's face it, one leap smash is going to basically do more than half health to a hunter, so they'll have to be insanely careful. Now I know this is where the sensor spike is, so I'm gonna try and get up here real quick to it. We're gonna try and get away, well, get rid of it actually. So I'm just sitting here smelling around, seeing what I can do. I think I missed it this time around, so we're gonna just get it on the next time. I'm trying to use smell, to the best possible way I can, because if if they sneak up on me, it could put the monster in a really bad position. So, and don't forget, use attacks to traverse the map. I don't see a lot of monsters doing that online. I always run into a pub monster that seems to be at a decently high level, but doesn't utilize it. Like, there's this one round, this guy was level 32, and we literally finished him before he could even get to stage 2. But right here, I see them that they're right on me, so I'm gonna, take this opportunity, because the trapper tried to trap me just now, failed at it. So I know I can stay around for a second. So the assault's being a little over aggressive. I'm gonna pounce him. This is how you punish an overly aggressive player. So we're gonna just charge attacks, make them fly off. Now that Tranks wore out, we can make our escape. Don't be afraid to abuse areas that make it to where you can keep them at bay, like on a cliff edge with your back to the cliff. If it makes them take jetpack to get up to you, just camp it. That's the best thing you can do, actually, if you're not ready to engage. And even if you are ready to engage, the only time that does not work is if there's a hide on the team and he just constantly is throwing up, poison bombs. So now I saw how close my meter was to getting to stage 3, so this next part can make it or break it for me. I hope, here's to hoping that they just went up into the cave section, hoping that my normal pattern of looping back around there the majority of the match would actually make them go back up in there and try to search for me. This actually is where, mixing it up is going to help. So hope not to startle the birds. And I'm going to get right over here where they just engaged me, where they wouldn't really think that I'd be. And I'm going to pounce this, because I knew that he laid a sensor spike over here. So I'm ready to evolve. So what best way to evolve? I know I said not to evolve in outdoor areas. However, I think they're on the opposite end of the map for me. So we're going to take a gamble here. We're going to go ahead and evolve. Now you're going to want to put the rest of your points to top off your other ones, but you're going to want Fire Breath just because. So here's, normally what I do. You can go back and pause it to see it, but this by far to me is the best combination for Goliath. Now I know that I shouldn't be overly aggressive. I'm going to kill these big monsters over here, because I don't really care if the hunters find me. My goal is right now to get as much shield as possible. Remember, I was at half HP at the beginning of, this entire fiasco, and this right here is going to give me all the armor I need for the next engagement. I got incredibly lucky right here for all these guys being right here. So we're at full armor. I'm going to mainly wait for them to come back to the power relay, because I'm in no hurry to, beat them. If they show the timer, they have to come back here regardless. And if they don't, then I can just go waylay on the power relay, force them to come back, and, they'll engage. You just got to be smart about it. Now, I'm going to play it a little bit iffy right here, because I know that I'm in a bad scenario. Ooh, Trapper missed. That's actually in my favor right there, because now I have an out when we meet next. So that's one advantage that I find out. I could choose to attack now, But I see the medic's up on a nice perch, and he's trying to trank me. See? I'm getting misses. So I'm trying my best to, you know, stay sneaky, stay right around here, try to make them work together to call me out. I'm gambling my options real quick to see if I can't make it out here, so I'm going to try and rock throw to, you know, confuse them to make them think that I leaped over on the other end. This is going to work, however, the Hank will probably aimbot me and see me. So our goal right now is to get Hank. That's our main goal right now. So I'm going to rock throw over there. They're all going to look over there. And Hank sees me, but nobody else did. So now they see me, and now the timer starts to go down. So I'm going to try and pounce on Hank. I'm going to get a good lick on Hank real quick. So now my goal, I need to kill him. He needs to go down. His shield is way too powerful. So once you get a hunter down and you're in stage 3, camp his body. Whatever you do, try not to leave it, especially if Val's over here, because you know she can heal from afar. So you know, put a couple of shots in on whoever you're, you know, standing over, and you know, melee it twice, then do a rock throw, you know, try and get the other guys off you. Once that guy's dead, you can go for the next one. Seems like I'm going to try and just go after the assault because I don't like the mine placement. But after I fail, you know, oh my gosh. So you can go after whoever you want. The next one that I would try to go after, honestly, would probably be the medic now that the support's down, because now the support can't keep the medic prolonged alive. I wanted to go after the assault because of the mines, but here we go. I'm going to go after and focus on the medic now. This pressures medics to make horrible decisions, and it makes them want to run 24/7. As a trapper, Griffins should be trying to get behind me to keep me from advancing toward their medic, but I get lucky here and get the melee kill. So my next thing, I want to keep going after this assault, but the assault is actually... The assault's playing well, staying in mine traps, so I'm just going to throw a rock, and then now I'm just going to, you know, focus on the trapper, because there's no reason to overextend on an assault, because an assault's easy 1v1. Anybody that says they're not is incredibly dumb, because 1 pounce, you're through. Now, I see, you know, when you get it down to like 1 or 2 people, and if one of them's running, go ahead and pounce. Especially don't dick around, because I got 30 seconds to kill this assault, so I'm just going to pounce it. I'll get the definite kill. So whenever you get the chance, just pounce. Do not waste time. If there's 1 or 2 people, just pounce, because 9 times out of 10, they will not be ready for it and anything. So, okay. So now we're moving on to the end here. So don't forget to check the description for a recap on, you know, this entire video and a little bit more in-depth tips and tricks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'm hoping this series actually takes off and you guys actually like it, and I help you out a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been Azure Torisuna. This is part 1 of 5 of Evacuation with the Monsters. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.